welcome to the We Only Do One Take podcast. Yes, that is right. That is a new theme song. Very good, Turt.
Thank you for the new type of show that we're doing here today.
That's it. I'm Kieran, the CEO, the man in charge, and with me is my CFO.
Thank you.
It's Turch, who puts the urch in anti-church. That was terrible.
That was do you know how hard it is to come up with those?
Yeah, it's fucking hard.
It takes a long time, and I sit there for weeks. But thank you very much.
I give gags to everyone.
That's right.
To all the listeners out there, we're reviewing episode 3 of our podcast. All the way back when we were in a garage, not a studio.
I was going to say, we recorded this podcast. So on this show, we had Blaine, our friend Blaine, come on the show. It was our third episode. We hadn't released any to the public as of yet.
And I pissed myself when I was re-listening to it. And I think I said something like, this is our third episode, but we'll get it out soon. I was just like, oh, shit.
And we also said we'd have it out on every platform. And we had it on, for a very long time, just Spotify. And it took not Spotify, it's on SoundCloud. And it only, 10 episodes ago did we come on Spotify. Something like that. So it took a long time.
We're like Elon Musk, right? We promise the world. We don't deliver the world, but we deliver a lot.
That's right. That's right.
That's the takeaway there.
No, very exciting. But it was a great... Look, I got to admit, it sounded like shit. It was a terrible episode. And I think we've come a long way.
I cringed through it. I cringed.
I listened to it 3 times. Once was at work and I wrote a few notes. And then a second time was just sort of by myself. And the second time was probably the hardest because I knew what was coming up, all the terrible shit that was coming up. And I was like, oh my God, this is the worst thing I've ever heard. And the third time I had to listen to it because I was cutting clips for the show. And it was just even more painful because I had to listen to the bit that I wanted to clip and then put the clip inside and make sure the clip was exactly what I wanted. It was very terrible. But, this was a lot of fun. It seems like we've grown quite a bit.
That's what I took away. How much we've grown. How much we have improved, barely, of our podcast.
I think we have. And to top it off, I think this clip sort of really distinguishes, shows how much we've grown. Because back in the day, we used to play lots of sound clips.
Which I know that we don't do anymore.
I think we don't do anymore. I think with good reason.
Who edited the lizard one? Was it me or was it you?
I'm pretty sure it was me.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I edited the first bunch.
Because the one that I edited had a shit ton of
yeah.
But I couldn't tell if it was me or not.
Well, look, this one here, this is my
first... I trust you that it probably wasn't me.
I was going to say, so I've got a bunch of clips here, similar to what the guys at Who Are These Podcasts sort of do. I've got a bunch of clips. I've got some notes about them, and we're just going to go through them and talk about the episode that we did and see how... Like I said, so we've grown a lot. This clip I've called Sound Effects.
Which is note 2 on my notepad.
Oh, fantastic. Well, this clip is called Sound Effects, so here we go.
If we can get some clapping music.
Always.
Yep.
Clapping music.
Yep. We'll clap in, maybe a slow clap.
Slow clap, build up.
Then build it up to a fast clap and then a big cheer and a woo.
So not only would we put sound clips in there, you would tell me when I was in the show, not after the show, put a clap. No, you said tell me when we were recording.
I was most likely drunk.
We were very drunk. See, those are the drunken episodes of the podcast
First
as well.
10, I did not do the show without any alcohol.
Yeah, that's right. I think that for a lot of the episodes, especially when we were recorded, because we used to record, let's put some things in perspective. The first few episodes, up until about episode 10, we recorded, at least episode 10 and onwards, we still recorded in the garage.
Yeah.
Which is why the audio quality wasn't the best. Not only that, the audio quality when we had guests on was even worse because we used to share microphones because we only had two
microphones.
And that was it. So this clip sort of enamors that sort of aspect of it. It's because Blaine's on the show as well. And he's borrowing your microphone. And the whole episode, I was just remembering And there's I've got a bunch of clips about it of me just telling Blaine to speak into the mic. There we go. Putting it out there. I went to a wedding this Sunday.
Was it a surprise wedding?
You can speak closer to the mic, mate.
Surprise wedding?
See the lines here, talking to the mic. See, you want something like that.
Over the line.
Why didn't I clip that out of the episode? I don't
know, but that's fucking hilarious. You say that multiple times during that episode.
Oh yeah, I've got another clip. Wait, this one here. Gotta get closer to the mic. That was a good
Kieran
joke.
is hogging it.
Oh, that's right. Just whip it off him.
He's taking a monopoly over this.
No, it's alright. It's plenty of slack, baby.
Yeah, but yeah.
There's plenty of those clips on this board. But going back to that other clip, and I think maybe this one may have to be a whole episode. I think... So back in the day, that at this point in time of our lives, Blaine made a comment about it, the surprise wedding.
Yeah.
And I think we're nearly up to that stage where we can tell that whole story on the podcast about an old person that we knew and a surprise wedding.
Surprise wedding, yes.
I think that's another saga that we might have to start up.
That's a special, that one.
That's definitely
That's a special.
That's right. But so what else did you know about the podcast? What did you when you listened? What else really drew your ear to attention there about how cringy it was?
Okay. So I noticed I introduce, right? I introduce us.
Yes.
And I think I did a terrible job at the introduction.
I didn't pull that clip, but yes, it was... I'm glad we have a very set regimented intro now.
Because I was talking and then you jump in and basically do the second introduction.
Yeah. There was like 2 parts to it, but it was both bad.
Both bad. It was terrible. And sound effects.
Yeah, that were really terrible. I think I've got a... do I have another one here about sound effects? No, I don't. But, like I said, the first sort of thing with the sound effects was pretty bad.
What I also noticed, because at about 3:30 in
Yeah.
the show, 3 minutes and 30 seconds into the show,
Yeah.
which is not that far into the show,
No.
we've got terrible problems going on with the microphone, which was our guest,
Yeah.
and speaking into it. But then straight after that, at about 3 minutes 40,
Yeah.
we go, oh, we think that's the pizza.
Yes. So I have a bunch of clips about that. So put it in perspective. Blaine had ordered a pizza, and throughout the episode, it was delivered. We had to cut. There's an edit. I went back to the original recording of it. There's an edit of us having to open up the roller door of the garage. Him getting the pizza, sitting it down, and then we sort of come back in, and I just sort of spliced it together. But here's a little clip. How about we get our guest is eating pizza, so maybe do you want to start there, Kieran, or do you want me to start? Because I've got a doozy of a story. So
And the fact that you had to be like, do you want to start?
yeah, I know.
Which I can't remember what I was doing then, but I think I was like, no, because I'm not prepared.
Yeah, probably. Well, speaking of you not being prepared, here's something. You know what? There's sort of 2 clips, and these both happen in this episode.
Is that where I say this is what happens when I'm prepared?
Yeah. So this is it. This is the clip here I've named the only time Kieran was prepared.
Why microwaving a boiled egg is one of the most dangerous things you can do
I was
in a
gonna
kitchen.
Bring this in too. All right, Kieran.
See what happens when I'm actually prepared.
I know. So you bragged so hard that you were prepared, and this happens about half an hour later in the episode. So Kieran, what have you got for us?
No comment.
Hang on a second.
This is why you don't buy a Mac, everybody. You just print it out like a normal person.
No, wait, that's the boiled egg one. I don't want that one. Oh no! I'll have to edit this part.
Oh, Touch, it's the software he uses to back up the sex robot.
Called by Blaine there.
I know.
Clitoris. All right, so this is going to be great.
I think when I was editing that part of the episode, the Jeopardy theme,
Yeah.
I just placed it in. I thought, I'll start to listen to it and see if I have to cut it, this and that. And it just fit. Like, I didn't have to do any editing. It was like, drop it in, put it here, bam, and it just started. And it was like a perfect fit.
Because my laptop froze
Yeah.
It froze, and I was like, shit, now I can't get the article.
And this is why still to this day, I still try to print out all of the other stuff.
And our good friend Alice, about 10 episodes later, when actually we're in a bar or whatever, and I was like, oh, what do you think of the podcast? She's like, oh, it's good, except for, oh, hang on, I've got to get my article. It's there. Hang on, let me just go over there and I'll click that tab. All right, here it is. Oh, shit, now I've got to scroll through this bit. Let me, hang on, and here it is.
Oh, fantastic. You still used your laptop for a very long time, and recently now we've moved into this studio, you've stopped using it.
I think it's just easy. I use my phone. It's
That's
just
right.
easier to have
done now. It's
have
done.
it all on the phone.
You know. Anyway, speaking of using your phone, maybe it was your laptop, maybe it was your phone. I'm not quite sure, but this episode I ranted about
Weddings,
and specifically the bridesmaid speeches.
Oh my god, I love that rant.
And it was a good rant. I was actually very proud of it. I'm sad I brought it in so early. Maybe I'll have to bring it in again or something like that next time I go to a wedding. But you were very insistent on telling me from what the internet says about what a best man should do. So here's my clip number 3.
All right, I've looked it up. The best man, this is what he needs to do. I was very insistent. In that episode, you were going to move on to something else. I was like, no, I want to keep talking about weddings. We are not moving on.
Well, speaking about weddings, I realized I was called something during this episode.
Oh,
and here we go. And this was by Blaine. Here we go.
And
I was page boy at 3 weddings before I was 5. So this is what I'm saying. I'm so sick of weddings. I've been to so many, and I've offered to be page boy at every single one of them.
Can I be your page boy?
You know what? I want like every single bloke there to be a page boy, but I want you all to wear like the one I wore when I was a page boy, which was like frilly stockings and like those those shoes and like a little like cumberbat sort of
like,
3-piece suit. That's what I want you guys to wear. That'd be amazing. 100 100
Fucking Groomzilla over
yeah,
here.
mate. I just wanted to be a shit show, just like this show. Always bringing it back. We called Groomzilla, and I really have worked on saying like. I've been trying to remove it from the vocabulary when I come onto this show.
Like, I didn't know how many times you said like until
was
I just heard it then.
Yeah.
Even when I listened to it.
Yeah.
Because I actually listened to it twice.
Yeah.
I listened to it in the car.
Yeah.
I did I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this is all right.
Yeah. And then listen to it privately.
And then I listened to it like intensely. And
it
I
was
still
shit.
didn't pick up the likes.
Yeah, I was going to do a like compilation, but I couldn't be bothered. But
Yeah,
I
that's
definitely
fair
say like quite a bit, and I was like, oh no, I bet you Kieran's going to bring this up, and he did, which is good to hear. But continuing on with look, maybe sometimes, Kieran, we have to talk about things a bit more than we used to. Mm-hmm. We have to bring things up. One thing I've learned from listening to old episodes is that I have to bring old things back up again, and we have to go into a bit more depth. This is my clip number 6. It's called Hot Cousins.
Anyway, what I was saying about my cousins, were there the next day. Anyway.
Are these the hot cousins, Kieran?
No. The hot cousins are the Perth cousins.
Import them.
The fact that he calls them the hot cousins.
Yeah, I know, it's a bit Freudian.
Go back to Shelbyville.
I believe you called them the hot cousins, and then I followed.
And
anyway,
he was confirming.
let's not get bogged down in details.
So there's lots in that clip. Firstly, did I use Freudian correctly?
I'm not going to comment.
And secondly, I think that was the first time you said, let's not get bogged down in details. I may be wrong. I would love for someone to go back and check the older
I think
episodes.
that is the first time.
But if that's the first time, everyone can on their bingo card can cross that one off. And, try to win, who are these? We only do one take podcast bingo, which is very exciting.
Oh shit, I forgot we had bingo.
Yeah, we should bring that back. You should create one.
Oh my god.
Yeah, see, that was like episode 15 or 16 or something. Because we brought that in for people to play during the Easter special.
Yeah, because I think I said there's all these things that we do.
Yeah. So we should make a bingo card, another one for the next time we review something like this.
Wow.
Very exciting. But throughout that episode, like I said, Blaine was eating pizza. we were talking about stuff. So I did a rant, and then we talked about... Well, look, I know what I did in that episode. What I talked about was people believing that lizard... I think this was the first Trump watch as well.
This was the first Trump watch.
And this was about a gentleman who...
Which I believe I coined.
You did coin. I was going to say that, which is great. But what I brought in was an article about a gentleman who decided to snort methamphetamines and go on a rage trying to kill certain people because Donald Trump told him the lizard people were out to kill everybody. And I brought in some stuff about David Icke. It was the conspiracy theory. So here we go. David Icke's ideas. And we were both very enthralled about the statistics that we found, which is probably the first time we've ever confirmed each other's statistics. So here we go. He contends that most of the world leaders are these reptiles, including George W. Bush and Queen Elizabeth II. One of the top 10 popular conspiracy theories in the United States. And no fucking shit. How's this for a stat? In 2013, public policy polling in the US indicated that 4% of registered voters believe in David Icke's ideas. That's amazing. And I think we both agreed on that, because then you whipped out your phone. Or you...
I calculated it.
And you calculated it. And it took you like 10 years to calculate. But we finally got there, and we stated, yes, like 12% of the population, or 2.5% of the population believed in reptiles.
Something like 16 million or 12 million.
Something stupid like that. But there's one thing that came out of that.
Which was 12 to 16 million. And I heard that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, fuck me, that can't be true.
Yeah, and then you looked it up.
That cannot be true.
And then you looked it up, and it was completely exactly what you found on the internet with all the stats and stuff. But something that Blaine says, which I know he was making a joke, like an Alex Jones type joke, but he brought this up. Is
there any news on Alex Jones's claims of intergalactic space pedophiles?
Yes! Jeffrey Epstein! In fact, he just committed suicide, apparently!
Oh, wow.
Conspiracy theorists out there must be like, we're in! Baby, we're in! We can put anything through now. The deep state's obviously real. Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide. Next they're going to say that the earth is flat.
And we're prepared for that.
We're prepared. And we're going to get into Area 51. The globalists are coming, people. I can't believe we brought that up.
That is unbelievable.
That was amazing.
That is unbelievable. All right, now that's very interesting. Now, but we're supposed to be doing something like Who Are These Podcasts?
That's right.
At the moment, I think we're being too nice about our show.
I've just called the shit the whole way through, but continue.
I think we're being too nice. We've got a bias.
Of course.
So I want to shit on us a little bit more.
Fantastic.
All right, play the clip.
Oh,
wow, that's well, half the population has to be under 100 points on the IQ test.
Well, it's the same as Australia, I guess. Living the dream here. At least we have nice beaches.
Keeping the stupid people happy.
Our transitions suck.
Yeah, and they still suck.
We're trying to transition between topics, and we've got no fucking idea how to do it.
I think we're still working on that, to be honest, sometimes, but on a whole, we're definitely getting...
I feel like we're a hell of a lot better.
Significantly better than what we used to be, and, but...
Well, I've actually got a number of them, and they were so annoying.
Yeah.
Listen, I was just like...
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
And they were edited.
Yeah, I probably cut out, and I remember doing this. Like, there was blank spots of audio or no talking and this and that, and I would cut like 2-3 seconds of no talking and put it together. It's a lot easier now. We're a lot better at talking and making sure that all the gaps are sort of filled. There's a bit of back and forth, or the gaps there are necessary for that transition. But back in the day, we were definitely bad.
We were fucking terrible.
I know.
Fucking terrible.
Well, you know what? Speaking of terrible, I've always known that I've been conservative, and you've definitely been changing over time. Here just proves this. What we recorded this episode in 2016.
Yeah.
This is me still being conservative back then.
Well, Milo naturally told them to go stuff themselves.
Let me just stop that for a second, because I have to put this in context. We were talking about Milo Yiannopoulos, and how
And you just done an Australian
just
tour.
did an Australian tour. I went with Blaine, and we were talking about how the cops wanted the money for the security that they provided at the time.
The $50,000.
Yeah, it was like 50 grand or something like that. So here we go.
Well, Milo naturally told them to go stuff themselves and paying for that for a bunch of hippies who have their day off, or RDO, let's put it lightly.
Hippies don't have RDOs. I love that line.
It's hard to take a day off when you're unsettling. Weekends don't mean too much when you don't work.
I was trying to be funny. You didn't see it.
We were all trying to tag each other's joke,
Yeah.
and everyone was just talking over each other. I don't know how you two were talking over each other because you were sharing the same microphone.
No, you could hear me because I yelled from the back.
Yeah.
I yelled from the back.
It reminds you of when, what's his name? Bill Burr, when he does his podcast, he's always like, ladies! And he does that sort of thing and then comes back to the microphone. That's what it reminded me of. But I'm glad to see that my conservatism has been there the whole time. I have been nothing but consistent when it comes to that sort of thing. Oh. Kieran, have you got a clip for us?
Oh, I do.
Can you imagine, like, you're in ancient Egypt, the pharaoh, and like you die of whatever causes, and then it's just like you probably know you're sick. You probably know you have cancer, or like something like cancer or whatever it is, And then it's like, you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna put like 50 leeches on you, and you're also gonna have to cut off your foreskin and eat it. Like,
All right,
that's
pause.
probably something. That was the worst thing. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Oh, I'm glad you brought that clip in. I was going to tag that one. I thought, nah, Kieran will bring that one in. What was I talking about?
I've got no fucking idea.
I think Blaine brought something in. They were doing like a CT scan on a pharaoh or something like that, and he came in.
Oh, I did. He did an article which is they did a CT scan, confirmed the pharaoh had cancer
or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why?
He just went on to rant.
The most useless rant I've probably ever been in. I've ranted about some pretty useless things. I think I ranted about pens a couple episodes ago, and even you got angry about my pen rant.
Fuck me. I know you'd ranted about pens, right? But
Yeah.
holy shit, ever since you've done that, I was like...
You've flopped around!
All right, so I was like, fuck me, you've gone on for 15 minutes about pens. No one's listening, right? It is so fucking popular among our mates, that pen rant.
Everyone. I don't know what it is.
And then last week, I had to get a pen, and it didn't work. And I was like, fuck me, Turch. He is really onto something here. And I was really annoyed.
That I was right, or
Yeah.
the fact that you didn't have the pen?
Well, both. That my pen wasn't working, and that fuck you were right about this. Because I was fuming. I just didn't know how much I fucking hated pens.
I can't believe it. Sometimes there's a bit of wisdom in what I say. Not very often.
It's almost like I've gone my entire life with pens that have worked.
Yeah.
And until that moment where my pen doesn't work. And then I was like, fuck it, he was right.
It's like when you buy a car, and it's like, yeah, no one ever buys this car, and then all you see is that car on the road. The same sort of principle.
Basically.
Basically the same sort of principle. Well, speaking of you, Kieran,
Yes.
pulled this clip up. You used to have this jacket.
I've still got the jacket.
And he's still got the jacket. And look, this is what happened to you with the jacket back in the day. And then I think we definitely need a follow-up story on this jacket and the whereabouts of it.
Actually, I was wearing the jacket when that happened as well.
Oh, the jacket.
It spilt on the jacket.
Yeah.
How many jackets have you ruined now, Kieran? What's the count?
2. Did you know what jacket I was talking about?
It's the nice jacket. The one that you got tailor-made.
In Vietnam,
Yeah.
when you open up the inside.
It's got the colours inside. Yeah. I know exactly one you were talking about. And I think we were meant to put a photo up on the Instagram or the Facebook at the time. And we never did.
Right.
So I think we definitely need to give someone... So,
Someone just pointed out, because I'm wearing a jacket at the moment. It's not the jacket.
no, it is a jacket.
It is
not
a
the
jacket. But it's got fucking elbow patches on it.
Yes.
I didn't know it had elbow patches until someone pointed out today going, you're wearing elbow patches.
I think the jacket has elbow patches.
No, the
as
jacket
well.
doesn't. The jacket
The
doesn't.
jacket doesn't, but
Doesn't.
you have other jackets that do.
No, I have no jackets with elbow patches.
What?
Now
And you're a professor?
I know! And apparently now I've got... But it's the same colour anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
But the jacket. And I was very annoyed because at that point that I was talking about the jacket, I loved that jacket. I still love the jacket. The jacket's great, but I had spilt like mayonnaise or something like that. I was eating a burger.
I can't believe I didn't say, like, I think you did say it was mayo or something like that in the show.
Yeah.
I can't believe it didn't make like a semen joke, but I'm pretty sure that was in the implied joke that I was going for through the whole way through. But continue. You got the mayo on it.
Got the mayo on it. But then it had this stain, and I eventually got it dry cleaned.
Yeah.
But I was very disappointed.
I could tell.
And I don't know why we were boring them with the jacket.
I don't know, but I think people want to know what the jacket is and where the jacket is and where we can get a photo of it. And I think we need to post something on the Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, where we're currently situated and stuff like that.
With the jacket. Matt, I'll bring it in next episode.
Next episode.
I'll wear the jacket. We can get a photo then.
If only we could live stream.
Turch.
Yes.
Can you go to 7 minutes and 30 seconds?
Certainly.
And there's a phrase in here that I think is great.
Yep.
All right, let's play.
Bridesmaids hear these stories and just put a face
Yeah.
to the story. And it's like,
that's right.
This one knows how to take a dick.
Yeah.
There we go. Take it.
Back to the bridesmaids. There was a lot of things said at that time where Blaine just nailed the comment. Take a dick, though, is for fantastic.
Just like the episode where I was like, no, well, I'm not letting you move on beyond the wedding. I've got some more points in the wedding, so I'm going to bring it back.
Yeah, bring it back to the wedding. Bring it back to the wedding.
I just fucking loved how Blaine was.
He was on fire. We should have him back on the show more often because he was on fire.
That was God. But when I was listening, I just went, because we've made this statement before that I will marry you when you get married.
That's right.
You know,
you won't marry me. You will
marry
be the
off.
celebrant. Yeah.
I'll be the celebrant.
We're not getting married.
No, I'll get the celebrant
of the
license.
wedding. Yeah, of the wedding. That's right.
And conduct the wedding.
Yeah.
Which you'll be very happy to know that I am improving my public speaking for you for that special day. Because I'm off topic here, but I've joined Toastmasters.
Oh, well done.
Do you know what Toastmasters
It's the professional speakers organisations around Australia and stuff like that.
Yeah. An organisation where you get to speak. Fucking love it. Anyway.
Teachers always love the sound of their own voice. What can I say? Start a podcast.
But I was like, you know what? You're never getting married. Do you know why?
What?
Do you know why?
Why?
Because you're so conservative that you're worried about how much it costs.
Yes.
That's what I got out of that.
It's true. You know what? Funnily enough, it's a very exciting news. We're about to get a puppy dog.
That's very exciting.
I haven't told you.
No, you did last time.
That's last week. But anyway.
Oh, sorry, not on the podcast. Oh my God! That's public knowledge now.
Yeah. We're getting a puppy and this and that, and we're all very excited, and we'll put some photos up as soon as we get it.
It's going to be called Frank.
We haven't got a name yet. That's all right. But, yeah, Jess was looking at the cost of dogs and this and that, and we were going to do some renovations to the backyard, do a few other little things. And Jess is just like, do you know the average wedding costs like $20,000 to $30,000? And I went, yeah, I think it's about that. She goes, fuck that. I'd rather go overseas or buy another dog or do more of the house or buy an investment property. And I went, oh, darling, that's the hottest thing you've ever said in your life.
You can buy your next investment property just before the tenants get in.
Yeah.
I'll marry you at the front.
Yeah. We can just get
the
it done.
investment
That's
property.
right. Everyone can just chill at the front. Just, did you ever live in it? No, but we did use it as a venue. Is that a thing? How can I is that tax deductible? I don't know, but we can always get the accountants in.
Oh my God, you guys might be able to have the best wedding ever.
How so?
You can get a spit. You could do it in the backyard. With
I'm not Greek.
No, but it's great. Like lamb and chicken.
Yeah.
Spit. Oh my God.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but that's just one of those things. Speaking of eating.
Okay.
By the end of the episode, Blaine had finished his pizza, and this is the clip I call "Proud Dad."
I think that's a wrap.
I think.
I think we're babbling. Oh damn it! It's gone.
Wow! The whole he finished a whole 4-person Nutella calzone.
It's $8.50. I had to make my $30 minimum order. Come on, people.
He was very proud of himself. Like, I don't know what it was about it, but I was just impressed because he ate a whole large pizza. And the Nutella calzone. It was just incredible.
That was from Professor's Pizza.
Speaking of Professor's Pizza, this is something you don't do anymore, which is the ad read. And this is a longer clip, but I wanted to leave it in because we used to do these. We used to think they were hilarious.
We got a complaint when we didn't do it once.
I think we did, but I'd rather we didn't bring it back because this is what it used to sound like. Here we go.
Oh, I forgot to talk about our sponsor tonight. It is from Professor. Is this from Professors or the other one? Yeah, Professor. Oh, this is from Professor's Pizza in Watsonia. Actually, it's called Professor's Gourmet Pizza something.
And to meet my $30 minimum bet, I ordered a Nutella calzone serving for 4. So guys, if you guys want to dig in, go right ahead.
Serving for 4 for 1.
Nutella calzone.
So that's Watsonia Professor Pizzas.
Do they have any specials on at the moment? I hear they.
I don't know. I needed to get laundry detergent. And it's been 2 days. I've been out of laundry detergent for 2 days. I've needed laundry detergent. And I went, right, before you come over, I'm going to go down to the shops and we're going to get laundry detergent. And then I was like, I haven't done anything for dinner. I finished teaching at 7:30. I'll go down and I'll ring up, ordered a pizza from Professor Pizzas. And
Oh, this is fucking terrible.
I'll get laundry detergent. So I went to the shops.
We're halfway.
I bought apples. I bought lime. Wait, pause it for a second. But laundry detergent.
No. Yeah, ready for your gin and tonic over there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Gin and tonic. Took out the money. Picked up the pizza.
Is this what I sound like?
I forgot laundry detergent.
This is boring as.
You are the pure essence of a man.
And as we speak right now from our studio, the washing machine's on right now.
Well done.
Okay. First of all, I'm going to tell you about the story about how I went to Shelbyville. Back then, what you had to do was you had to put an onion on your belt, which was the style at the time. Kieran, what the fuck? This is why we cannot monetize this podcast. This is your ad read. I'm going to tell you about their laundry detergents. Fantastic.
Wait, the ad was for a pizza company
I
and then I
know.
go to laundry.
I don't know what you were doing. I just let you go. Creative genius on that side of the fence.
You need a placard which says Kieran stop so I can read it.
I don't know what. It's fantastic. I'm just loving it. I listened to that and I thought, I'm glad we don't do that bit anymore. Because at one stage I was like, I love that bit for some reason. And then
I think I got better at ad reads.
You definitely got better at ad reads. It'd be great if we actually had an ad to read. But yeah, it definitely got better. Have you got a clip for me?
All right, I've got another clip for you. My note just says background music.
Oh, what was your note?
Background music.
All right, here we go.
Got to tell him to bring a news article.
No, he brought something up. If he wants to start, otherwise, while he's
Go with yours.
while he's preparing, why don't we get to you?
All right, actually, why don't we get some preparing music? We can...
No music. Yeah, it's all good. I'll put it in the background. You don't have to say it. I know what to do.
That was very good. I love the background music because it's filling all the crap that we're still trying to I'm still trying to get my articles and figure out.
Yeah, there was a lot of that back in the day.
There was just a lot. All right, now I've got another clip.
Yeah.
For us.
Oh, this one's a cracker.
Oh,
This one, I've been saving this one. Oh, sorry, I've got
since
to
about 2 hours ago.
I've got to delete some
Some pornography.
some pornography. That's
But you know what? Speaking of porn, I'll just quickly do another one. From news.com.au, hackers putting porn on ISIS propaganda sites. So a group of hackers have taken aim at Islamic State militants and brutally humiliating them with a rather scandalous cyber campaign. A group...
This is just the professionalism of this show. That is not what my note said.
What? No!
I had dryers down. Something about dryers. And that is not the clip.
Oh! Okay. Well, look, you definitely had something... I was going to think, you're going to say we'd put more music in the background, but obviously
No.
you had something about dryers?
Dryers.
I don't know what you...
I've got no idea.
Maybe that was the ad read where you talk about washing machines. Well, look, sometimes there's glimpses...
I'm still glad we've got elements of the first show.
It's definitely part of this. Well, this is the first of a new part of the show, but that's okay. Look, sometimes we get glimpses into you as a man.
Oh, shit.
And I got 2 clips here. One called Ladies Here You're Single, and then Ladies Here You're Single Part 2. So let's listen to both of these back to back.
Safeway has Woolworths. To our American viewers, listeners, the shopping centre.
It's pronounced, as my nonna calls it, Safeway.
Safeway? If it's alright. Oh, I can't even remember what I was going to talk about now. Something to do with cheese.
It's all about cheese and Safeway.
I love cheese. Makes my gut,
Someone update our Wikipedia
fart
page.
like no tomorrow.
And this is part 2.
I know,
Back to
because I brought this in as well.
back to back.
Those sound effects last week, they were to die for. To die for.
Do you like that pew 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 up in the background?
Oh, dude, especially when I farted, but you don't know that I farted, but you just put this like massive fart. Like I did a whopper. Like it was a whopper last week, and then obviously the people who've listened to last week's now listen to this week. They're actually going to realise that it was me that farted.
Yep.
But I pissed myself when I listened to it. No, I pissed myself laughing. No, I pissed
Well,
myself.
I don't know. I didn't edit that in any way. Apart from clip it. That was exactly the way it is. Oh, look.
I just in my notes. I just wrote cheese.
Yeah.
Cheese
I don't know why we
and farting.
I don't know why we always talk about that sort of thing. I don't know why you brought it up a second episode.
I don't know, because I was really proud that I farted into the mic in episode 2.
You did fart into the mic, but it didn't really work, so I added the sound effect. And then we keep going. I've only got this clip here, and I've just labelled it the greatest comment of the episode. I think this was by Blaine, but here we go.
If you want to shit somewhere, you're going to shit somewhere comfortable. You want to shit somewhere where you...
I'm going to put this in perspective. We were talking about a gentleman crapped on a plane, and it was so bad, it grounded the plane.
That's right, I remember that one.
And here we go.
If you want to shit somewhere, you're going to shit somewhere comfortable. You want to shit somewhere where you're relaxed. You don't want to shit where there's turbulence. You just want to sit down and go, you know what? I've got my own space here for a bit. Especially on a plane, you sit next to people, you're cramped.
At least you have fucking space. Look at the size of you. I go in there, I'm fucking cramped. I'm like Yao Ming in a fucking hobbit hole. What are you complaining about? Fuck's sake.
Hey, I fucking need my leg room, alright? That's what I need.
You have leg room. I'm worried about my knees, man.
Sorry, man, I just don't
I
have
to
legs.
maneuver. It's a tight space everywhere.
I must apologise for you for one thing. You always complain about not enough leg room at cinemas and a few other things. And that was one of your prerequisites to review films with.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, because I brought up the fact that I need leg room. On planes and things like that. So I started this monster.
You did.
Not only that,
I just cherry pick off it.
Yao Ming in a hobbit hole was one of... I listened to that 50 times and I'm still... I think it's going to stay on my phone.
That is, I think it's a simile. I don't know what
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
called,
yeah.
right? That is fucking brilliant. That is just...
Off the top of his head. Off the top of his head.
Genius.
Just bam. Just bam.
Genius. Unbelievable.
Well, that's it. Kieran, that's all the clips that I've got. I've got nothing else. Do you want to talk about anything else that was part of the show?
The only other thing I have is one more clip.
Yep.
Empty. And it was my chair. Because I was in the toilet puking. And they're like, who wasn't there at the wedding? Anyway, that's probably not as funny as it sounds now. Can we get some laughing?
Yeah, you know me, I'll let it straight in.
All right, the end of there. I just wanted to say, well done on the whap, whap, whap.
I should bring that back. I think we should have... so I'm currently using my phone as like a soundboard. I think we should bring in live sound effects. If we're going to do sound effects, we're just going to have a board and just play the sound effects. I don't think we have to... I don't want to put them in post anymore.
See, I like that because my jokes fail and you add that in and it's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
I don't know what to say about that, but I completely...
I'm actually
completely
proud of
agree.
us that we've grown beyond sound effects.
I think so. The sound effects were fun, I think, at the beginning. But I think there's two stages of why we got rid of the sound effects. One, I think we sort of started to outgrow them, and they just weren't needed, and there wasn't enough... Like, back in the day, we had space to put them. Mm-hmm. And two, we got lazy at editing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we had guests on, and we had a third mic, we had better equipment, and it just made, like, the editing process a lot smoother, and it made the sound a lot better, and we just didn't need those sound effects anymore, and we didn't need the big bank of sound effects, and then finding the right one, and it was just a pain in the ass, but I'm glad we're going past that.
This has been fun.
It has been definitely
Now,
fun.
I picked the lizard episode.
Yeah.
Not next week, but in a little while in the future.
I think the next episode will be a regular episode.
No, I know, but
Yeah.
in the future,
I'll pick another one?
You should pick another one.
Well, if a fan thinks we should do one of the episodes, preferably before episode 20.
Yeah.
I think, if someone emails me or texts or whatever.
But I want a guest in next time.
Yeah.
Let's get Blaine back in.
We should get Blaine back in. Because he
Blaine
was
back
part
in.
of the original episodes. He can come in, bring some clips in as well. And we could just do that.
And fucking demolish it.
That'd be absolutely fantastic. Well, Kieran, I think we can do one story just as a regular part of the episode.
Yeah, all right.
As well with this now. But first of all, Kieran, when do you think this episode will come out?
We release it Thursday. See you next Thursday.
Yeah, so when are we going to put these episodes out again, Kieran?
We release it Thursday. See you next Thursday.
Thursday, you say. Let me
Yeah.
just put that one.
We release it Thursday. See you next Thursday.
So no margin of error? Can I release it on Sunday?
We release it Thursday. See you next Thursday.
All right, well, we'll definitely release it on Thursday.
I think I was eating in that clip.
But I listened to that because I think I said, we'll see you next Tuesday. And you're like, no, Thursday. And I'm like, okay, well. And then there's this margin of error when you put out episodes. And all I can say to you, Kieran, is...
We release it Thursday. See you next Thursday. Shit, that's incriminating
That's
evidence
very
right
much
there.
incriminating evidence. Well, everybody, do you want to wrap it up? You wrap it up. Oh, we're going to go to an article because this is something we wanted to listen to.
Yeah,
About the Democratic Socialists.
let's before we wrap it up. Turch and I did not discuss this before we came.
We never do.
We never do. But we have both been aware of what's happened in the last 5 days, which is the Democratic Socialists of America had their national convention.
Yep.
And there has just been unbelievable clips on YouTube about their convention.
Well, I found a clip.
And I think we should just... I'm not going to say any more. I just think we've got to hear the clip.
So here's the clip. So this is a clip of the best bits from the Democratic Socialist Convention.
Quick point of privilege. Quick point of personal privilege.
Yes.
Guys, first of all, James Jackson, Sacramento, he, him. I just want to say, can we please keep the chatter to a minimum? I'm one of the people who's very, very prone to sensory overload. There's a lot of whispering and chatter going on. It's making it very difficult for me to focus. Please, can we just, I know we're all fresh and ready to go, but can we please just keep the chatter to a minimum? It's affecting my ability to focus. Thank you.
Thank you, comrade. Okay, is there a speaker against name, chapter, pronoun?
Point of personal privilege.
Yes.
Please do not use gendered language to address everyone.
Quick point of privilege once again. Quick point of privilege once again. Hi, James Jackson, Sacramento DSA, he, him. I have already asked people to be mindful of the chatter of their comrades who are sensitive to sensory overload, and that goes double for the heckling and the hissing. It is also triggering to my anxiety. Like, the be comradely isn't just for, like, let's keep things civil or whatever. It's so that people aren't going to get triggered and so that it doesn't affect their performance as a delegate, okay? Your need to express yourself is important, but your need to express yourself should not trump or over...
I see that no one's clapping for me. It could be because I'm not engaging, but it also is because everyone's doing this. And that's really important because those loud bursts of noise, even though this is a noisy space, when we can do something like reducing that, that's really important. So please don't clap, shoot up these. We have a lot of disabled comrades, and a lot of those are invisible disabilities who don't know who it is that is having a more difficult time navigating this space. And this space was not created with all of their needs in mind. So it's up to us to modify that space to make sure that everybody is able to move in the ways that they need to move. And additionally with the noise issue, like avoid hissing, avoid waving banners, right? Because there's all sorts of things. You don't know what to do, show up these, right? I'm sure there's lots of ways that we can communicate to each other without needing to rely on something that's going to hurt somebody else. We have quiet rooms that are available. There's a range of options of these, right? Please don't go into that space with anything that's like an aggressive scent, for instance, right? Because we don't want to put people in stressful situations that they don't consent to, right? And there are right-wing infiltrators who are trying to get in here, but it's going to be really traumatic for people if they're not making an affirmative effort to de-escalate.
And I thought those people speaking into the microphones when the convention was on, I was like, there have to be right-wing conservatives.
I thought, like, when he said
taking
that,
the piss.
yeah, I think when he said that, I was like, okay, maybe he's a right-wing. No, I think everybody there was there, Democratic Socialist, and they were just... That was just a normal day for their lives.
It took them forever to vote. They they were having like people were arguing, oh no, it's not in the rules to do online voting. So then I don't know, they had like these fucking votes or whatever, or points of privilege or points of I don't know, whatever, right? And then they got counters to go around and count people's votes. There's fucking thousands, 2,000 people there, right? Right, because someone before that was like, can we just do it the old-fashioned row, like yes to the lefts and nays to the right? Which was like, no, we can't do that.
I was going to say, because people have to be moved and they can't move properly and people have to be inside. Too much noise.
Anyway, they eventually, they do the count and then people were moving around anyway, so they did the count again. Took forever. Anyway, and then they finally moved to just raising your placards. Like, put your hands up in the air if you agree, put your hands up. I was like, isn't that the obvious thing to do?
That would be the first thing for me. Yeah, or, collect a piece of paper that says yes or no, then count them. Like, that would be the other vote, like, for silent, give everybody a pen.
It was just...
pass the collection plate around like you do at church and just collect all the votes.
It was unbelievable. That and the lady who does the chairing as well. You could tell,
Asian lady?
Yeah, you can tell she was getting really frustrated.
You could tell she was becoming more and more right wing as the day went on.
Yeah,
she was just
exactly.
like, I'm really sad. And at the end she was like, nah, I want to.
She's like, that is out of order. We are voting.
Yeah.
Like, really sharp. And I was like, oh, she is getting so frustrated.
You know what's funny? I couldn't find what exactly they were voting on.
Conventions. They were voting on that. Oh, and because people were getting up saying, point of privilege, don't wave placards around or something when you vote. I had to go back and watch that. They hadn't even actually started the voting yet.
Okay.
And people were complaining about how they were going to vote.
Incredible. Just incredible.
But they took hours to vote in their convention. But they spent about another hour before that because 6 delegates wanted to be taken off the list and they wanted to be replaced by another 6.
You can't do that on the day. You can't do that.
I don't know, but they voted it. But it took... Oh, my God. It was hilarious.
Well, these are the people that want to take down capitalism.
And I'm like, you live in a fucking capitalist society.
Well, there are obviously some socialistic aspects to it. But yeah, you're like... You went there free, like, with the ability to vote and the ability to be free and do whatever you want. That's the capitalistic way. If it was social democrat voted in, you wouldn't have that option of voting. No one in the socialism space cares about your pronouns, cares about anything like that. The ability to do that is the capitalistic sort of stuff.
People, if you're transgender, there's nothing wrong. Like, I don't care. Yeah. And if you identify with a different pronoun, okay, fine, I'll just click that. But getting up there and saying he, him, I'm like, but you're a guy. We just naturally infer that.
Only say it if it's the exception.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm a guy, but I for me it's she, her.
Yeah.
Like, unless it's the exception, you just naturally assume certain things.
Yeah. Yeah, naturally infer. I was just like, why are they saying it?
Look, everyone's a special little
snowflake. I'm getting more conservative as every day goes on.
It's funny.
And it was hilarious.
I had a good time watching it. I saw the clips and I'm like, this is something I'm
definitely... And I just thought that had to be played today because next week, it's too late.
Well, I was going to bring in something about Jeffrey Epstein this week.
We'll talk about that next week.
About the whole... I was going to bring in what he was actually convicted of.
Oh, what was he convicted of?
Well, back in the day, or pedophilia and that, but there was going to be some more charges and a whole bunch of new documents were actually released today when we're recording this. Sorry.
Let's rewind on Jeffrey.
No. Too much to go on. If people want to look it up, Jeffrey Epstein, Google it, and we'll talk about it next episode. That way we can both do some research and bring it in. We'll do our own 60 minutes report on it. How about that?
All right. Okay, because I know of Jeff.
Yeah.
But I don't know too much about it.
Yeah. So the whole bunch of new documents have come out. There's some really good stuff. We'll both bring in some information. Maybe we can confirm with each other where we got it and the only time we're going to work together on a new story.
60 minutes special style.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this
digging that. Well, Kieran, I think this was a really fun idea. It's good looking back and seeing how much we definitely haven't evolved in the slightest.
It is still a complete shit show.
It is always going to be a complete shit show. And if all you lovely wankers out there would like to keep following us and keep us going and get us all the feedback that we need, make sure you follow us on SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you want to send in a rant, a death threat, or an idea for which episode we should review, make sure you email us at weonlydoontakepodcast@gmail.com. Kieran, thank you for one of the most fun episodes I've done in a very long time.
That was brilliant.
It's so good. And we will see you... Oh, wait.
We release it Thursday. See you next Thursday.
See you next Thursday, everybody. Sent something in. James from Sydney.
Yeah.
He sent something in, and he's also listens to WATP.
Yeah.
And he came up with this. And I think for the next episode, we should definitely put this into either the intro or incorporate it into our next review episode.
All right.
We should definitely incorporate this into our thing.
Let's hear it.
WODOT. WODOT. WODOT! Hello there! We should definitely include
Oh my god, yes. Yes.
James, on a winner. Sydney, back in the good books.
Wow. Wow. You know. We release it Thursday. See you next Thursday. Oh, I don't like that you've got that on a soundboard now. It's like the pew, 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 pew.